Knees down. Get those off. Spider there. Level the base off. Done. With the and the spider. After a day's work, yeah, you're tired and you're worn out and your back's hurting, but at least you walk in and go, yeah, that's quite a successful day.
My name's Cathy Case and we're farming here at Mount Folly Farm, which is in South Devon. And we're an organic farm supplying Riverford with beef and lamb and vegetables, primarily cauliflowers. Over 100 years ago, my great-grandparents were growing cauliflowers. They brought the seed in from France, came across on fishing boats. At that point, they were having to teach people how to cook it because people would go, well, that's nice, but what do I do with it? We are farming very organically, and that means we're trying to look after the soil, trying to look after the animals.
Well, the whole point of organics is thinking it as a linked system. You know, the vegetables that we've got in the ground are just part of a bigger ecosystem. Quite bitter, but not too bitter. It's quite nice. A little bit more bitter than the green one. Our facilities team built a barn owl box, and it took a couple of years, but now we've got barn owls. That barn owl, it needs plenty of tussocky grasses for mammals to thrive, particularly field voles. And it's all interlinked because those field voles need insects as well. And part of them will be coming from the tunnels.
I like the weeding, the vintage side of it. So we weed all our vegetables with vintage tractors. And you've weeded a field and you look back, everything's brown apart from what you wanted to weed. And it's growing over the weeks. It's definitely nice to look at.
We've got 3 different sorts of squash. We've got red cabacha, which are a round, lovely red colour. And then we have delicato, these long oblong squash, which has got these beautiful green lines. And then once this crop has finished harvesting, we've got our butternuts, which are just ripening now. There's something about squash that I still hold on to that youthful excitement about. Just putting some salt and pepper, some olive oil, and then I'm going to put some mixed herbs on, mix it all up, make sure everything's coated nicely, then into the oven. I feel such a connection to the farm and my name. That's why when I got married, I kept my name, because it's always been Gents at Mosshayne Farm. I think my granddad was quite pioneering in that a lot of his generation were still continuing with sprays and artificial fertiliser. And he was thinking, actually, we need to be thinking about what is the legacy of the land.
Certainly working at Riverford, I'd say, has changed the way I look at food and my attitude to food. Look, farmers can use computers too. I remember eating my first cucumber and realising that cucumbers had a flavour. And before that, it was kind of filler for your sandwiches, basically. And then you go, oh, a cucumber can be so much more. And if a cucumber can be so much more, then what about everything else around us?
If we grow continuous vegetables, the ground doesn't get a rest, but also every crop that we take, we're like taking the nutrients away from the farm. The animals form a crucial part of the crop rotation because as much as they're grazing, they're putting nutrients back and it's being drawn down into the soil by the worms, and that is feeding that rich organic matter that we've got building away in these fields. I want to make sure that the farm is more resilient to climate change because I feel like if that is the journey that we are on, we've got to put in place all the things that we can that are going to help us carry on farming going forward.